Let's face it, there's nothing more frustrating than arriving at the airport only to have the TSA pull your bag aside and confiscate something you thought was totally fine. You spent hours packing, triple-checking your itinerary, and now you're stuck watching your frozen salmon get binned or your brand new smart luggage rejected. So today, we're diving into the TSA's updated 2025 rules for checked luggage. And trust me, these aren't just guidelines. Break them and you risk fines, delays, or worse, missed flights. Stick with me and you'll avoid all of that. Let's start with something explosive, literally. Number 1, fireworks and anything that goes boom. It might sound obvious, but you'd be surprised how many travelers try to sneak in firecrackers or sparklers from overseas celebrations. TSA's stance? A hard number. Anything combustible, fireworks, novelty explosives, even those tiny poppers, are banned from both checked and carry-on bags. The cargo hold is pressurized, sure, but it's not built for volatile items. If it explodes, it jeopardizes everyone on board. And no, it's just a few sparklers won't work. The rule is clear. If it can ignite, it can't fly. Want to avoid embarrassment and delays? Leave anything with a fuse at home, or risk kissing it goodbye at security. But what about other items that can explode without flames? Number 2, pressurized containers. That whipped cream canister or scuba tank may seem harmless, until the air pressure changes mid-flight. The expanding gas inside pressurized containers can turn them into mini time bombs. That's why things like propane tanks, CO2 cartridges, and even some aerosol cans are on the no-fly list for checked bags. Planning on scuba diving or camping? Rent or buy locally instead. It's safer, easier, and saves you the stress at check-in. For foodies who love their whipped cream, skip packing the dispenser. Buy one when you land. Also, don't forget spray paint, bear repellents, and other pressurized sprays. Even if they're essential for your trip, they could result in delays, or worse, permanent confiscation. So, how do you keep items cool while flying? Number 3, dry ice. Yes, but with rules. If you're transporting frozen items like seafood or even medications, dry ice is your friend, but only if you follow the rules. You're allowed up to 5.5 pounds, 2.5 kilograms, in checked baggage. It must be clearly labeled, packed in a ventilated container, and meet your airline's specific guidelines. Be prepared to inform check-in staff about it, and always carry extra documentation if you're transporting medical-related items. Not following these steps could get your bag pulled or your goods trashed. So whether it's gourmet cheese or medical supplies, label it right and don't exceed the limit. Next up, tools. Because yes, you can bring them. Sometimes. Number 4, tools. Size matters. Bringing a wrench or screwdriver, that's fine, in checked baggage. But larger or industrial tools like chainsaws, hammers, or drills, those are red flags. TSA is strict. Anything that can be used as a weapon or that weighs too much gets flagged. Power tools must be drained of any fuel, and sharp objects should be sheathed. And remember, some airlines have additional rules. Quick tip: if your tools are essential for work or repairs, check their dimensions against TSA's guidelines. When in doubt, ship them to your destination instead. Ready for something high-tech that's grounded more often than you'd think? Number 5, smart luggage. Batteries must be removable. Those sleek smart suitcases with built-in chargers and GPS? TSA loves them only if the battery is removable. Why? Because lithium-ion batteries are known fire hazards. If the battery can't be removed, your fancy bag becomes a liability, and it won't be allowed on the plane at all. Checked or carry on. Before heading out, double-check your luggage specs. If it's not compliant, you'll be stuck finding a new bag at the airport. Also, if the battery is removable, make sure to detach it and carry it with you in the cabin. If you're finding this helpful so far, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm this is content worth sharing. Got a weird packing story or TSA horror moment? Drop it in the comments. We might feature it in our next video. Let's shift gears to something sentimental, but still risky. Number 6, fragile and valuable items. Think heirlooms, glassware, or that souvenir snow globe from Paris. If it can break easily, checked baggage is your worst enemy. Luggage gets tossed, stacked, and slammed. Unless you're packing it in a fortress of bubble wrap, it's at risk. Jewelry, laptops, camera gear, and other valuable items should never be checked. Even if they survive the rough handling, theft from checked bags is more common than you'd think. Best practice? Put fragile or valuable items in your carry-on. If you must check them, use layers of protection and surround them with clothes or soft padding. And always label them as fragile. Got something with personal or cultural value? Here's what you need to know. Number 7. Religious or cultural artifacts. Traveling with a ceremonial dagger, ritual item, or family heirloom. These can raise security concerns. TSA agents aren't trained in cultural nuance. If something looks sharp or unusual, they'll treat it as a threat. Even items like incense, powders, or carved symbols may be misunderstood. Do your homework before flying. Check the TSA and destination country rules, and consider declaring the item in advance. In some cases, it's safer to ship the item home with insurance rather than risking confiscation at security. And now, something fishy. Literally. Number 8. Food, especially meat and seafood. Yes, you can pack fresh salmon in your checked bag. But should you? Not unless it's vacuum sealed, packed in an insulated container, and triple bagged. Cargo holds aren't refrigerated, and a leaky bag can turn into a biohazard. And a ruined vacation. Also, be aware of customs rules. Many countries prohibit the import of fresh meat or seafood. In fact, some airlines even have specific guidelines for flying with perishable food. So, unless you're 100% sure it's allowed, save yourself the mess and just buy local once you arrive. Let's move on to something every drone lover needs to hear. Number 9. Drones and lithium batteries. You can pack your drone in checked baggage, but the batteries, carry on only. Lithium-ion batteries are banned from the cargo hold due to fire risk. Some airlines even require batteries to be below 30% charge. Pro tip: tape over the battery terminals to prevent accidental activation. Also, if your drone has GPS, turning it off or switching to flight mode can prevent signal interference. If you're unsure, check with your airline ahead of time. It's better to have the facts than to watch your drone get grounded before takeoff. What about bringing that bottle of whiskey you picked up? Number 10. Alcohol. Check the ABV. The good news? You can pack alcohol in your checked bag. The bad news? Only if it's under 70% ABV. For spirits between 24% and 70%, the limit is 5 liters per person, and it must be unopened and in the original packaging. Pack bottles in leak-proof bags and cushion them well to avoid a suitcase soaked in bourbon. Also, check your destination's rules. Some countries have alcohol import restrictions regardless of TSA. Now let's talk about something essential and often forgotten. Number 11. Medications. Don't risk it. Sure, you can check meds, but if your luggage gets delayed or lost, that's a dangerous gamble. Keep prescriptions and essential medications in your carry-on. For liquid meds over the TSA limit, declare them at security. You're allowed exceptions for medical needs. Carry a copy of your prescription and a doctor's note if possible, especially for international travel. Some countries require proof for certain medications. Before we wrap up, here are 3 more quick bonus tips travelers often overlook. Lithium batteries and power banks must go in your carry-on, not your checked bag. Always check the watt-hour rating usually printed on the device. Anything over 100 watt-hours may require airline approval. These fall under the same rules as batteries. Never check them in. You must carry them on board. And check local laws. Some countries ban vapes entirely. Many of these are considered aerosols, which can be dangerous in high heat. Check the label. If it's flammable or under pressure, it likely belongs in your carry-on if allowed, or should stay home. At the end of the day, packing smart isn't just about saving space. It's about avoiding drama. With TSA tightening its rules for 2025, even innocent-looking items can get flagged, cause delays, or derail your entire trip. So double-check before you zip that suitcase shut. Which one of these surprised you the most? Or do you have a weird item you always pack and wonder if it's allowed? Let us know in the comments below. And hey, if you want more insider tips like these, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Safe travels, and see you in the next video.